Paweł Trela, Hoegert Technic brand ambassador, a licensed rally driver, and Polish drift champion. A constructor and a lecturer at university. On a daily basis, he runs a company that prepares cars for motorsport, where he also participates actively in the process of designing and creating vehicles specially designed for competition. His most famous design is Maybach, the only drifting Opel GT in Europe, with which he takes part in the competition. Paweł Trela is also a consultant for Hoegert Technic brand in the field of designing and testing new products. Cooperating with the brand, he builds its credibility, and he also co-creates its image and supports communication.
Hello, I welcome you warmly to my workshop, where we prepare cars for motorsport every day. Today, exceptionally, there is a Maybach on the jack, which we will disassemble and service using Hoegert Technic tools before the new season. We will throw up the whole body, remove the engine, gearbox, and unscrew all the elements down to a small screw, so that we are all well prepared for the first competition. As a curiosity, the whole body is made of fiberglass and carbon fiber also. It weighs around 30 kilograms, and in fact, it is the largest element and probably 5 or 7 maximum. In terms of comparison, more or less the piece of stock car intake system in most serial cars with turbo, the intake by Maybach. Of course, when you disassemble something in your car, like, I don't know, the intake, fuel system, such kind of things, it is good to remember to plug such holes, sensors, inlets, so that no dirt gets into. You can hurt your engine very easily with those kind of stuff. Of course, not too deep, as if you leave anything in the intake, it can be sucked into the turbocharger or engine itself. Also, the key is not to rush and think about the job. Our engine is removed. As you can see, it left the deck. In a moment, we will disconnect the gearbox from it to lighten it a bit and to make it easier to put it on the stand. So this is our next stage of work. We will unscrew the periphery a bit, that is, the exhaust manifold, the alternator. We will check if the manifold is not cracking somewhere, or the downpipe as well. We will disassemble the entire timing gear. The whole engine will be reassembled with the most new parts. So we really do not have to worry that something will get dirty there, because everything will be processed, then washed and then assembled. So there is no problem with that. The gearbox will be taken out. We will look at the clutch. Here is the twin-plate clutch that was nominally carbon-based, but was converted to the sinter clutch discs. We will also check it on that occasion. Although on this clutch we just run about 3 rounds, so there will not be any wear on it. Of course, when we screw something underneath, under the engine, under the gearbox, it is good to support it. I mean, it is good to support it with some simple car air. It hangs on a crane, but it is only a hydraulic device. If a wire, block, anything breaks, it will fall on our hands, crush our head. So it is a bad idea. We can use anything solid, piece of metal, a wooden block, so that if something gets damaged, it will not just crush our fingers, as it will definitely hurt. Now we unscrew the clamp. By the way, we try not to unscrew these screws right away till the end, because the clutch cover may bend or something will go not right way. So we always try to do partially, just to unscrew one by one. Sometimes it happens that we have, for example, hexagon screws that are simply used. I unscrewed them with a pneumatic tool because we will put new ones when assembling this clutch, so I do not care too much about them. But one is obviously used. I do not know, maybe it was slightly tarnished once. Maybe now the key has not entered quite as deep as it should be. So now we have an operation of unscrewing the used socket screw. So I stick 6mm 12 socket bit instead of a 5mm in-bus into it. This screw will shake a bit on this occasion, and it should get unscrewed now as soon as I take the cap I need. Well, it unscrewed perfectly. The screw ends up in the dustbin as well as the rest of them. The discs, the pressure plate, it just got colored because half a year ago everything was changed for new ones. So here, nothing can happen with that. The flywheel is also nice, smooth. It took a bit of color and actually, that was the end of it. Today's workday is over. We have the engine removed, partially dismantled from various periphery. In the next part, we will unscrew it to zero. We will take all the interesting things out. The cylinder block will go to the processing. We have ordered some new components. Some other will only be cleaned and actually refreshed. You will see it all in the next episode. How is such a motor created? How it all come together in order to work and produce almost 1000 horsepower and over 1000 Newton meters. We will also show you all curiosities for sure. See you!